Alrighty, eyes here. Y'all know I love AI makeup. I did put on red lipstick, but I made it darker with the lashes because I wanted the lashes. My eyes are kind of dark anyway. Scorpio eyes. You ever heard of Scorpio eyes? As I wait for you all to come in, you know the etiquette. Please tap the screen like so as you come in. Tap the screen like so. I see people liking my story. I just put the story on my story that I'm live. So y'all come on in. I done unraveled my hair. I'm giving Express Yourself for Leo season. I'm giving Little Blue Mermaid Scorpio style. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Let me begin to share. Let me begin to share. You like how I sing everything? My kids love how I sing everything. This one is going to be about the weekly energies, y'all. The weekly energies. Always letting my people know I'm live. Always letting my folks know I'm live. All right, that's enough. I see some of y'all are in here. I appreciate the likes. Thank you for joining. So, I am Z, also known as Zakia, which means intelligent in Arabic. This is Get a Life Astrology, where we are growing into divine adults and loving yourself forever. I'm on every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday nights, and some special nights when there's a full or new moon. We got a new moon next week. This week, I'll be chilling. We had the full moon last week. Your Libra Sun, Leo rising. So the Leo rising is being affected right now. You pay attention to the Leo Sun people that you know, and you do as they do in the elevated way. So happy rising season to you, Esau, Yvette. Hi, Yvette. And having a Pisces moon means you're really tapped into spirituality, so welcome. We're going to talk about the energies, and it involves Saturn and Pisces right over my shoulder right here, and Neptune and Pisces, so it involves that. So hang out, and please follow me if you haven't. You're welcome. All right, so let's get into it while we wait for everyone to come in. There's a few people here. I appreciate y'all liking. If you're not following me, please follow me. Again, I'm Z. They call me TMZ for Teaching Everyone Abundantly, Empowering Many, Zakia, which is what the Z stands for, enlightening every day, or enlightening and evolving, or enlightening and enterprising. Whatever you want to do with that last E, you say it. All right, so we're going through the week. I'm just looking at my notes, y'all. I have looked at the... Oh, hey, here's my moderator, son, walking in the room instead of being on the live. He wants y'all to see his good looks, but he's going to have a lipstick because it's AI technology. But that's my Libra sun, Libra moon, Taurus rising, 16-year-old young god. All right, let's get busy. So Monday, August the 7th, we're talking about tomorrow. First off, happy birthday to one of my best friends, Elle. We are out here, 360 Honeys, for always, for life. We're from DC, and that was our little crew. Shout out to 360 Honeys. Let's see if y'all can see it on my back tonight. Let's see if y'all can see it on my back. So that's the tattoo we got for the crew, or I got for the crew. Everybody wasn't as dedicated. All right. Thank you for following. Thank you for following. Thank you for everybody being here. Hit the like button as you come in, and hit the follow button. Leave your big three if you know your sun, moon, especially your rising. Leave your rising, because we're going to talk about everybody's sign today, because everybody's involved in all these transits going on this week. All right, so currently we're in the moon. The moon is in Aries. It's getting ready to leave Aries later this evening, and it'll move into Taurus in the wee early morning as we working up on this East Coast. If you're not on the East Coast, it'll be about another couple of hours before the moon is in Taurus. The moon is exalted in Taurus because the moon is about your emotions and how you react to things. And earth signs are grounded, responsible, productive, supposedly, in their elevated state. And when you have the moon in Taurus, everyone can be more emotionally grounded, for lack of better words. Welcome. Thank you, Sparkles, for the follows. Thank y'all for the likes. I'm at a 111 likes. All right. So on Monday, tomorrow, we also want to say that the moon moving into Taurus will be helping you with productive work habits. That's what Taurus energy is. Also to get what you desire, especially money. Taurus is about finances, work habits, and your values and what you desire in life. So the moon will sextile Saturn here in Pisces. That's why I wanted you to stay, Yvette, because the moon in Pisces, even though you have the moon in Leo, no, your rising is Leo. Remind me what your moon is. Pisces moon. So the moon in Taurus, as well as Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces, are aspecting your Pisces moon. We just passed the Pisces moon because we're in the Aries moon. So just 3 days ago was the Pisces moon. How are you feeling at the end of the week, last week? All right. Thank y'all for being here. And thank you for the like. So we're also having, for the moon sextile, the moon in Taurus sextile and Saturn in Pisces in retrograde. Take your time with getting things disciplined, taking authority over your life, being responsible. That's what Saturn in Pisces in retrograde is teaching us. Especially anything that's in Pisces is wrapping up whatever planet, whatever moon it's in. So even your moon in Pisces, can I glitch you? I have no idea what that means. Your moon in Pisces is, Yvette, is wrapping up the cycle of all the moons. Pisces is the final sign of the zodiac. It has a little bit of each sign in it. That's why it's wrapping up the zodiac. Just for FYI. Moon trine Mercury. So trine is when the elements are supporting each other. So the moon in Taurus, Mercury in Virgo right now. Mercury's in retrograde shadow. We will have Mercury retrograde popping off again in just 2 short weeks. Correct. Okay, see, we're not talking about religion or any of that, so please don't get put out of here. Enjoy or scroll on. Thanks. All right. What we were talking about, moon trine Mercury. What do you have energy to do? Because Mercury's communication, information. What can you handle now? Especially with Mercury in Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo, so details, details, details. All you gotta do, all I gotta do is block you. My mod is not working tonight. The other one, not sure where. Thank you, Haitian Princess, for the hearts. Thank you for the likes, y'all. Thank you for joining as you come in. It's a lot of y'all in here, so please tap the screen and please follow me and please put your rising sign or any questions you have about this week's energies. If you're a Leo season, shout out, happy solar return. Hello, Haitian Princess. Thank you for the likes and the gifts. All right, so we have the moon trine Mercury is what I was saying. It's important to know what like house you have it in. I have Virgo in the 12th house, so I'm wrapping up some things as far as details. I'm wrapping up books. I'm wrapping up like trying to get this business started, but I'm also ending some things as far as like the job, not leaving it yet per se, but making things happen. I'm also ending setting up and getting disciplined with Saturn and Pisces, getting disciplined with having to make plans now for the future. Okay, that's just what I'm doing. So any mutable signs, you are Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces. You all are being affected by Saturn and Pisces right now, as well as Mercury and Mars and Virgo, as well as Neptune and Pisces. So it's a lot going on with mutable signs. What is the rising sign when I get it? Okay, so if you go to astrocharts.com, Astro, A-S-T-R-O, charts, C-H-A-R-T-S, you can put in the time you were born, the place you were born, and your birth date, and it'll tell you all those things. So the rising sign will say ASC, ascendant. That stands for ascendant. All right. And I don't work for Astro Charts, but it's free. And it's the easiest way to read it. She said, Sandra said you're a Libra. Do y'all know each other? Welcome, Sandra. Follow me if you're not following me, please. Thank y'all for being here. All right, so Tuesday, because there's something, let me just tap into that really quick. There's something called your big three. Your sun sign is what most people are. They'll say, I'm a Libra, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Pisces. That's your sun sign. Everybody has a moon sign. Every planet has a sign. That's what you see back here. So the moon is currently in Aries. There's the picture of the ram. So are these other planets. Well, these are placements. Okay, we have Pisces right here. The moon just left Pisces, and Neptune and Saturn are in Pisces. And every planet has characteristics, just like the zodiac signs have characteristics, and these things that they're sitting on in this wheel are called the houses, and those have purposes and characteristics too. You're welcome, Haitian Princess. Thank you for being here. Thank you all, everyone, for being here, and thank you for the likes. Let me know what your rising sign is so I can tell you what this week is going to be talking about and doing for you, okay? Especially the Leos, Leo suns or Leo risings. All right, Tuesday, 8-8, Lion's Gate. Now, 8-8 Lion's Gate is so controversial in astrology and spirituality right now because it's not astrology. It not really is spirituality unless, but a lot of things are fit in that label, in that category, spirituality. So numerology is fitting in spirituality's category. So if you do know your numerology, the number 8 is bravery, transformation, romance, a few other things, expressing yourself. Leo and Scorpio characteristics, because 8th house is a Scorpio house, and Leo is technically we're around the 8th month, and 8-8 Lion's Gate is in the 8th month in Leo season. All right, so 8-8 on Tuesday, Mars Day. So Monday is Moon Day, Tuesday is Mars Day. The moon will be trining Mars. The moon will be in Taurus. Mars is in Virgo. Those are both earth signs. This is more motivation. Earth signs are productive. Earth signs are persistent. And Virgo especially is detailed, organizing, and planning. And could be a little judgmental, so hold back on those, especially judging yourself. And then we have the moon in Taurus conjunct Uranus. Conjunction means they're blended energies. This is important because the moon in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus as well. They're both in the same sign when they're conjunct. The moon in Taurus will be conjunct 22 degrees, which is a Saturnian degree. So Uranus is, when I say Saturnian, I'm talking about Saturn. Uranus and Saturn both rule Aquarius. But right now, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo are all fixed signs. So when the sun is in Taurus, or when we're talking about Uranus in Taurus, we're talking about fixed signs. Fixed signs are persistent. They follow through. They are sometimes controlling and stubborn, but fixed on what things should look like for them. Change is always good, though. Scorpio is the only fixed sign that changes because of the transformation piece, the characteristic that Scorpios have. Long story short, we have the moon conjunct Uranus, which Uranus represents shock value, surprise. So there's going to be some sudden surprises within the collective because Uranus is a planet that deals with the collective. The moon also deals with the collective because we all can see it and it all affects us just like the sun, but the sun is the more an individual aspect. That's why you call it a solar return instead of a birthday. Any questions so far? I appreciate y'all still being here and hitting that like button. Keep tapping. Thank you. And please, if you have any questions about what I'm saying and you have any of the signs, I'm going to be talking about all the signs, please let me know. All right. I failed to mention that we have the sun square Jupiter right now. So the sun is currently really in 14 degrees, but I only have one yellow 14. So let me pull these off. The sun, which is the overall energy. So whoever has a birthday right now, like one of my best friends, Elle, her birthday is on Monday, which is in a few hours. If you have a birthday today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Saturday, around this time you have been feeling this square. Square is conflict, okay? This is the sun square. When I say these things are aspecting you, I mean this transit. So this is the sun, the overall energy, especially if you are a Leo or a Leo rising, the overall energy is having conflict with the planet of abundance and luck. That's what Jupiter represents. Abundance, luck, prosperity, all things positive, rewards. So in order for you to be expressing yourself, there may be some conflict on the amount of expressing you want to do in order to get what you want. But conflict always brings resolution, so keep going. Why are they square? Because they're in close degrees. They're actually both in 14, but I only have one 14 in yellow. Does that make sense? Mine is November 30th. You're a Sagittarius, but what is the sun and moon part? So you are a Sagittarius sun because you were born in Sagittarius season, which is November 22nd to December 21st, right? So you would put your birth date in astrology charts. So your astrology chart, the easiest one is astrocharts.com. Astro, A-S-T-R-O dot, astrocharts, CHARTS.com. You go there, you put in the time you were born, the place you were born, and then your birth date with the year, all of that. And then if you don't know, you can go and look at your birth chart or ask one of your parents what time you were born, if they're around, and come back. I'll be here till 11. May leave early, it all depends, because this is going to be a busy weekend. I got to kind of hone in some of this energy, because it's getting ready to be a productive week too, but I'm not going to get all the answers. That's the discipline coming from Saturn being in Pisces. Not going to be able to wrap up everything, because Saturn just moved into Pisces this year, and Saturn stays in one sign for 2 years. So there's a lot we got to discipline about this as a collective. Saturn represents us as individuals as well as the collective. It's like the last planet that before you get out to the planet so far, you can't see them by the naked eye, like Uranus and Neptune and Pluto. Those are too far out for us to see by the naked eye. We can see all the other planets. We can see the sun, the moon, which are not the planets. We can also see Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. Remember, we all had that Saturn and Jupiter conjunction, and everybody was staying outside back in 2021. Was it 2021? Yeah. Or 2020. It was 2020. December 21st, 2020. I'm on it now, but you're confused. So it should say free birth chart. You see it, you put all your information in. Rising, I'm sorry, that's my bad. So rising, another word for rising, especially on the calculators, is called ascendant. ASC. So it's like all the way down. You might be looking at 2 rows. It's in the second row. It's at the very bottom of all the list of placements you have. So what's your moon and what's your rising? Because you're a Sagittarius sun, right? All right, while she's doing that, we were talking about Mercury conjunct Uranus. Take your time through the breakthroughs, sudden changes. Take your time through them. Plan for them accordingly. Set your work habits to be ready to do whatever needs to be done for you to be secure and stable. That's all for Tuesday. Let's move on to Wednesday. Mercury Day is Wednesday. Mercury represents communication, information. It's getting ready to go back in a retrograde. Like I said, the shadow started this past Friday. And Mercury retrograde actually starts on August 23rd to September the 15th. And then it'll be in post shadow for two more weeks after that. So we'll be out of Mercury retrograde energy by beginning of October. All right. So thank y'all for being here. Don't forget to hit those likes. I appreciate y'all. All right. So we have Wednesday on Mercury Day. That is August the 9th. I did somebody's reading recently with August the 9th, so shout out to you. Can't remember who it was. Oh, Donna. Happy birthday to Donna. Happy solar return. All right, so we have the moon moving into Gemini, because the moon, again, only stays in one sign for 2.5 days. So, again, it's getting ready to move into Taurus tonight. It'll be in Taurus Monday and Tuesday. By Wednesday, it'll be in Gemini. So, moon moves into Gemini. All these ideas that you're thinking of, all these revelations you're having, or sudden changes coming from the moon just previously conjunct Uranus when it was in Taurus on Tuesday. All those ideas, you could be chatting about them, but don't be gossipy, especially, keep some things to yourself. Silence is gold, and I did, a video on that earlier. I'm looking to see if Haitian Princess is back. Okay, so Venus square Uranus also, so this is huge. After the moon, let me go back to the moon. After the moon squares Saturn and Pisces, because the moon will be in Gemini. Those are mutable signs. So back to the mutable signs, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces. The moon will square Saturn. So your emotions are hitting your disciplines, your responsibilities. It's time to not be so chatty and do the work that you're supposed to do, that you're talking about doing. When the moon is in Gemini, you're talking about doing stuff, and Saturn and Pisces is bringing the conflict to have a solution, like get busy with what you're supposed to be responsibly getting busy with. Then Venus in Leo. So all sun signs, all the Leos celebrating their solar returns are being hit right now by Venus in retrograde in Leo. So the only things we have up here are the sun and Venus in Leo. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see the line up here, the line right here. Okay, but thank you for the roses. I was trying to read the chart, but it's in detail. It's in detail if you scroll down. Right. So you didn't see the letters ASC? That tells me what your rising is. That's another word for rising is ascendant. Tell me what that one is. All right. So Venus squaring Uranus. So we said Uranus is the planet of shock and sudden change and rebellion. It's also the planet of technology. So Venus is the planet of love and relationships and beauty and finances. So we have all those themes in a square, in a conflict, okay? Especially relationships, y'all. Let me put this down for a second. Especially for relationships. That's why I said all Leos are hitting this Venus retrograde, because it's in Leo. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, finances, relationships, is in Leo, just like the sun is. So everybody who's having a birthday right now is also having a possible relationship issue or something that they need to reevaluate in the relationship. Doesn't have to always be an issue. Doesn't always have to be broken up. Pisces, so you're a Pisces rising. Perfect. So we're talking about Saturn and Pisces, and you as a rising. Rising means, if you know any Pisces, you could be Pisces sun people, anybody who has a birthday in Pisces season. If you know any of them, you could look up to them for their higher self. So like higher Pisces, every sign has a good and a bad. I hate to say that. So every sign has a higher and a lower self, or supportive side and a challenging side. And as a Pisces rising, you should be looking at those Pisces suns that are spiritually inclined or forgiving or intuitive, creative. Those are elevated Pisces energies. The lower Pisces energies that you might notice as a Pisces rising, because rising means you're elevating. It's how you want to come across to people. It's how people would identify you as if you weren't a Sagittarius sun. And both of them are actually ruled by Jupiter. So Sagittarius and Pisces are kind of the same sign as far as being spiritual, as far as being intuitive. The challenging side of both of them, especially Pisces, is delusion and illusion. It's also escaping reality. It's also victimizing yourself. Does that sound like you, Haitian Princess? Because Pisces risings have typical Pisces sun characteristics. Okay, that's why I said if you do know an elevated Pisces. I don't like to turn to celebrities much, but this is the only thing, because I don't know you well or who you know. But like elevated Pisces is like Erykah Badu, maybe, even though she could be a witch sometimes. So yeah, that's what your rising sign is, and it's very important to know, because you want to know what you're aspiring to be. Not just a Sagittarius, but Pisces as well. Pisces characteristics you have. Watch the main thing about Pisces that I want those who have Pisces placements to understand, especially with Saturn, the planet of discipline and authority and responsibility in Pisces right now. It's time to wrap up some stuff and heal from it, and If you have to act like it didn't happen, still heal from it, still handle and wrap it up. Because Pisces means wrap it up, end it, be done with it. Don't dwell in it or ignore it. And that's what I'm gonna say about that. All right, glad you found it. So yeah, make sure you follow me for more information. Hey, Melanin B, thank you for joining. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for the likes, getting them up there. All right, let's go. So we're talking about Wednesday with Venus and Uranus. Let go of previous pleasures. So Venus, the planet of your relationships and love and finances. You're letting go of previous pleasures or desires. Anyone out here have a Venus in Scorpio like me? So Venus in retrograde, even in Leo, because Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius are the fixed signs, right? Venus rules Taurus, so the opposite sign of Taurus is Scorpio. So Taurus rules what you value and your desires, so the opposite of that would be what you don't value and what you don't desire. So me having a Venus in Scorpio, sometimes I'm extra sexy or extra hypersexual, or sometimes I just cut it off. And that's what this retrograde is doing, is kind of cutting it off, like cutting all your values and desires, because they're changing. Retrograde means you're reviewing, you're redoing, you're renewing, you're reevaluating, you're all the re's. All the re's is what retrograde means. And with Venus in retrograde, we are reviewing, reevaluating love, finances, relationships, and beauty. Just a little bit of history about Venus being in retrograde, then we'll go back to its square in Uranus. Venus in retrograde was when, in 2015, the last time it was in Leo. So remember, the reason I'm all dolled up today and got my long locks out, these are my real locks, y'all. They're connected. So got my long locks out is because Leo season is about expressing yourself. It's also, this is my main. I do have a Mars in Leo and a Saturn in Leo. So I'm not a Leo sun or a Leo rising, but I'm giving Leo Mars, taking action on the way I express myself. And having Saturn in Leo makes me a boss at work, because Saturn is about discipline and authority, which is why I'm starting this business and trying to, gain y'all's trust with the way I express myself. All right. Now, thank y'all for the likes. Thank you, Haitian Princess. Thank y'all for being here. Let me know if you know your rising sign. Can't join if I don't really know you. Thank you for the shoes. Those are cute. I'm 5'10", so I don't wear heels, but I wear them in the bed. Ow. So, Venus square Uranus is, especially in retrograde, Venus in retrograde square Uranus is sudden changes in what you value, sudden changes in how you express yourself, sudden changes in your love life, your relationships, your finances. So as the collective and the spokeswoman of all things Uranus, because I have a Scorpio. My Uranus is in Scorpio, so that's an exalted placement for Uranus, and it's in Taurus right now, so it's opposing my natal Uranus. I like it. So long story short, because I have Uranus in Scorpio, I'm rebelling. I'm opposing. Opposing is just like squares. It's conflict, but it's also supportive, because with conflict comes a solution, but it can be done on either end, right? So I can resolve my own sudden changes because I have Uranus in Scorpio. I don't fear anything. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy of Uranus in Scorpio. And the energy in Uranus and Taurus is, this is so uncomfortable. Why does things keep changing? That's the energy over the collective right now with Uranus being in Taurus. Why do things keep changing? Why do our resources keep getting depleted? Why are we in this inflation? That's why. That little planet right there. That planet is why we're in inflation. Because Taurus has to do with your resources and what you value. And some folks ain't valuing their own resources. Literally, in a minute, these stores are about to empty, And I'm not scaring no one. I'm just being truthful because astrology shows you the truth. You can just literally put in the date in the future and it'll tell you what's going to happen. Okay. Just like I do people's birth charts and I put their past dates in, I can put future dates in too. And you can see what's going to happen in the future. And this is going to make us, Uranus and Taurus is going to be so many sudden changes with finances and things. I know some of y'all see it that are tapped in and aligned. Some of y'all see it already, so I don't need to go too deep into that. Try to be innovative as well. Uranus is not only about sudden changes and rebellion, it's about being innovative with these changes. Like, okay, it changed. I got a plan for that. Oh, that's nothing. We can do this instead. That's what Uranus and Taurus is giving, even though Taurus doesn't like it, because Taurus just likes to be comfortable. The bull just likes to be comfortable and lay in the grass and eat it, and that's it. So the Scorpion, though, it's like on top of the bull, like, where's the challenge at? Let's go. Let's get it. and I already know I have some plans to what I'm going to do with it. That's being innovative. So we all have to kind of get in this energy as things change. All right. Let's do Mercury trine Jupiter also on Wednesday. Mercury in Virgo trine Jupiter in Taurus. This is still about details with Virgo. This is also a mental combination because Mercury rules your thoughts and the information you get, communication, knowledge, and Mercury trine is a supportive energy between the elements, the earth elements, which are already productive, persistent, and manifest things like material things and money. All the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the money signs. So we're talking about the money signs, y'all. It's a lot of financial stuff in the weekly energies this week. So I'm not gonna make any predictions, but just know it's gonna be about finances. Not gonna be everything. Gonna be about relationships. Not everything is about relationships. A lot is about relationships. I want to say 75% is about relationships, but 25% is gonna be about money, and that's still a hefty amount. And some people might love that 25% more than that 75% anyway. No, at this time I would. All right, so Mercury trine Jupiter is being more supportive, especially in your spiritual journey, especially to getting information about your past spiritual journeys, because again, Mercury is in retrograde shadow. So the information we're going to check back on. Then when Mercury goes direct, we'll go back across those same degrees that we went to. All the signs go through 0 to 29 degrees. So Mercury is currently around 9 degrees. It'll go to like 15, 20 something degrees, and then it'll go back in degrees as it retrogrades. So then when it goes direct after September the 5th, it'll go back over it to see if you learned your lesson, to see what you learned from the retrograde. All right, so right now with Mercury trine Jupiter, you're noticing some things, some information is coming in about your spirituality, about your religious beliefs, about your limited beliefs, about the way you went and got higher education. Those kind of things are coming in, especially with this Uranus stuff, y'all. It has to do with humanity as well. So humanity is ever changing, but at a faster rate right now because of a lot of these transits that I'm reading about. This is not for entertainment purposes only. This is real life. I'm gonna throw that out there. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for giving me up to 2,000.4 likes. I appreciate y'all. Let me know what your rising sign is in the comments section, please. Let me know. If you don't know how to do that, let me know and I will explain to you. Otherwise, I'm reading the weekly energies of this week, which is August the 7th to the 13th. Okay? Every Sunday night, I come in with the weekly energies so that you will know. Let's go to Thursday, August the 10th. That is Jupiter Day. Okay? You want answers, but you won't know it all. So we have been doing a lot of planning with the Mercury and Virgo, about to be in retrograde stuff. We've been doing a lot of paying attention to details. And now the moon that will be in Gemini, Mercury's other sign, will be square Mercury in Virgo. So mutable signs again, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. This has to do with you all. You will be able to get some questions out, but you won't get all the answers. Okay, because the moon in Gemini is communicative, chatty, but Mercury is more detailed, being in Virgo. So these are like the sister signs that are, the moon is ruling, Mercury is ruling the moon because Gemini is there, and Mercury is at home. Virgo is at home in Mercury. So it's the two mercurial signs kind of hashing things out. Gemini wants details real quick, and Virgo's like, nope, I want to take my time and read each and every line 2-3 times before I give you your answers. That's the energy for Thursday. The moon will also square Mars, because Mars is also in Virgo. Not getting all the answers you want, again, just not being familiar with everything, and you're still learning. Mars is very impulsive. Mars is the action planet, what you want right now and how you're going to get it. And being in Virgo, it's still slowing down because earth signs are about being grounded again, and earth signs are about being productive. And that's the only way you're going to get the manifestation of the money. That's with any earth sign. So we have two significant planets in Virgo right now. The earth sign of Virgo, the one that's detailed. Mercury, that's getting ready to go retrograde in Virgo. Mercury retrograde is about communication. It's about taking it slow. It's about, like, having conversations that turn into arguments. So some of those arguments that we might get in Mercury retrograde need to be checked out. The details need to be gone over again. Did I say something wrong? Did you say something wrong? Who said something wrong? How do we get here? When you go to work, there's big traffic in these big cities. I'm in Washington, D.C. Leave early. Plan ahead. That kind of energy. Plan for some electronics acting up. Thank goodness I have my work phone and my regular phone, just in case one of them gets wonky. You are Libra rising, so am I, Marilyn. Shout out to the Libra risings. You got the Leo, the sun right now, and Venus retrograde in your 11th house. So your Leo house, because Libra rising starts with the first house. If you go backwards, Virgo's in the 12th, Leo's in the 11th, because Leo's only 2 signs before Libra. So I go backwards because your rising signs start in the first house. So since I'm a Libra rising too, here's the sun and Venus in our 11th house. The 11th house is the house, the Aquarius house. So all the Aquarius characteristics. The 11th house has to do with technology, the future, your hopes and dreams of the future, humanitarianism, social awareness, social groups, friends. That is what the Venus in retrograde energy is giving us. Venus in retrograde again means reevaluating your relationships, your partnerships, or any friendships, any ships. Reevaluating your style, your beauty. Reevaluating, but one thing about it, I went into this but didn't get all the way about it. And I'm talking with all you all that have Leo placements. Or wherever Leo, what house you have Leo in. Like I'm talking about Marilyn and mine's house is Leo's in the 11th house. All the houses are purposes. But in Venus in retrograde, there's certain things you don't do. Like you don't dye your hair. So this is like attachment blue to my real greenish blue hair, right? My real hair stops like maybe right here. You take it out. And then you don't cut your hair because you might not like it when Venus goes direct. Or you might not like it at all the minute it happens. Venus goes in the same sign in retrograde every 8 years. So the last time Venus was in Leo in retrograde was back in 2015. And a person we know, even though it might be another illusion, but a person we know in 2015 was having plastic surgery, which is also a no-no. I have a missing tooth right there, and I'm not going to get my implant until after Mercury retrograde ends, probably the end of September. I'm going to go get my implant because you just never know, because that's like a beauty regimen. So this person was having plastic surgery and was pronounced unalive in the middle of Venus retrograde back in 2015, and that was Donda West. So that's a little history about the previous Venus retrograde in Leo. Was trying to, express her beauty with Venus and Leo and did it at the wrong time. I also got divorced back in 2015. So that was my Venus and Leo in retrograde lesson. So yeah, not trying to put any fear in anybody's heart at all. So yeah, Marilyn, hopefully that answered you. You had your daughter in 2015. Things change up. What sign is she? Things change up quickly in Venus in retrograde. That was a new relationship with your daughter that you started. Yep. The thing about new relationship is, especially in retrograde, unless of course it's your child, you want to take it slow. You know, you want to take it slow. She's a Pisces. That's beautiful. She was, so yeah, that was the, I think Pisces, I think it was like, I think it happened in May. So yeah, that was kind of like right before the shadow period started when you had her. It happened in May of 2015, and the shadow period is a month before and a month after. So like Venus retrograde started this year back in June 19th. The shadow started June 19th. The actual retrograde was July the 22nd, and we're in the middle of it right now. Next Sunday will be in the middle of it right now. That's what I'm going to wrap it up with, called the Venus Cazimi, when Venus is right in the middle of her retrograde, being conjunct close to the sun, right in the middle of Leo season. That's where the Cazimi will happen, when it's close to the sun. Because right now the sun is in 13 and Venus is in 25. So the Venus Cazimi they'll both be, I don't know what degree it is, 20 degrees. They'll both be at 20 degrees by next Sunday. Because Venus is going reverse in numbers. It's 25. It'll be on 20 by next Sunday, and the sun is on 13, and in 7 days it'll be on 20. Makes sense. All right. So you want answers, but you don't know all of the information yet. That's just Thursday. This is why it's important to know your big three, because if you have some mutable placements, that means you adapt well. You're willing to change. If you have some fixed placements, so mutable placements, again, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, and Gemini. So Marilyn, your daughter would be a mutable sign. And so would you, right? You're Libra rising. You didn't tell me your sun sign. Thank you for following too. But either your rising or your sun sign is what we're going to focus on. Your Taurus sign, Scorpio moon. Whew. You know who has those placements? Chris Brown, the only celebrity I still like. That is a tough placement. Shout out to you. Because anything Scorpio can be super dark, and emotions are super intense when you have a Scorpio moon. Yes, but you can be very mysterious. Very mysterious. My Taurus daughter, my Taurus son, she's an Aries moon, and Gemini rising daughter, my oldest daughter, her boyfriend, they just had a baby earlier this year. They're 21 and 22. Her boyfriend has a Scorpio moon, and he's a Capricorn sun, Sagittarius rising. Yeah. Hello, Pisces sun, Leo moon, Gemini rising. Cool. 333. I like that name too. Your daughter has a lot of Scorpio and Aries placements. That's Mars. She's a Martian like me. I don't have a lot of Aries placements. I just have how many planets? I have Pluto, I have my rising, and I have the North Node in my first house. So I have a first house stellium technically. Thank y'all for the likes. Hey, there's my son DJ waving to us. The one that says MMLXVII. He's a Libra sun, Libra moon, Taurus rising. You just said you're a Taurus rising too, right? No, you're a Taurus sun, Marilyn. Sorry. Taurus risings learn from Taurus signs. Taurus rising, whatever your rising sign is, you learn from the sun sign. So I'm a Libra rising. I learn from Libra suns. The CEO of my full-time job, CEO of my company is a Libra sun. That's why I know I'm about to learn from her, boss up, and get the heck out of there from working for her, because I want my own biz. What's after the moon rising? The moon is one placement, like the sun is one placement, and the rising is another placement. So it's just those three in your big three. I wouldn't know because you have to calculate it, Haitian Princess, like you did, remember? So your big three is your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. Those are three different placements. Then after those is like Mercury, Mars, Venus, all these other planets. Those are the other placements that would be in the list of all your placements. Your daughter's a Pisces sun, Scorpio moon too. Woo, y'all are intense in the house. And a Scorpio rising. That your daughter, how old is she? Oh, you said she's born in 2015, so she's like 9, 8, right? 8. She's gonna be strong. You got it. You understand Haitian? Mm-hmm. She's gonna be very mysterious, and she's gonna write 8 going on 9. She's gonna be very mysterious, intense, and she can really just evolve as she grows instead of fearing anything. Sometimes Scorpio placements make people fearful of you, or you're fearful as a person. Okay, no problem, Haitian Princess. I'm here. Follow me and you'll learn more. I'm getting ready to put out an ebook for beginners, just so y'all can have something to refer to when y'all come on my mini lives. I do 3 a week, y'all. All right, let me wrap it up real quick. So let's talk about Friday, Venus Day. The moon will be still in Gemini. It'll square Neptune. Neptune is the planet of illusions. Okay, a lot of the in plain sight, like waking up to things, being more aware, conscious, comes from Neptune being in Pisces. When I say in plain sight, there's a lot of things that media or the movies or entertainment puts out in our face for us to say, dag, what are they doing? What in the world? Oh my goodness. How, those kind of things make you realize that put your energy into something else. Wrap that up. Remember I said at the beginning of this live, anything in Pisces means end it, heal from it. That's it. For example, in the current news now, we have, I think, Lizzo, because I don't watch news. I just get everything from social media. But Lizzo did something to her dancers and blah, blah, blah. That's distractions. That's illusions. And we're wrapping those things up. We're not paying attention to that stuff no more. It does nothing. It does not give us any value, which is the sudden change. Suddenly, there's no value in paying attention to celebrities or things on TV telling us nonsense. Who cares? Who cares how many times Trump's been indicted? Who cares how many times, these celebrities go wacko and get locked up or indicted, and, who cares? Lock them up. Don't pay them any attention. They don't care about us. Why do we care about so much about them? Them entertaining us is not care. But let me get off my high horse. Thank y'all for the likes. Ooh, y'all got them up to 4,000. Thank y'all. And if you're joining, please follow if you already aren't. All right. So that is the moon being in Gemini again. That's the information, the chatty moon. Squaring conflict, the illusions coming from Neptune, is there's some deception there and that you just can't pinpoint everything about it. But this whole week is going to kind of be like that. You're going to be getting details and information and you just don't know what to do with it yet. But stay tuned, right? Because like the weekly weather report that they give y'all 10 days ahead because they create the weathers. Let me watch what I say on here. It's the same thing. We don't create astrology, but you can use it as a map to see what the energies are going to be in the collective or as an individual. That's what you use astrology for. All right. We have the moon also moving into Cancer on Friday. The moon is Cancer is ruled by the moon. So extra intuitive, focus on your needs, being nurturing to yourself this coming weekend. Because on Saturday, the moon will trine Saturn. So we're talking about the water energies, the water elements trining, supporting each other. Saturn is in Pisces, which is a water sign. The moon will be in Cancer, which is a water sign. So this is support intuitively, creatively. Saturn trining the moon trining Saturn is also safety and comfort, right? Because Cancer is about how you nurture yourself, especially your family. And Pisces, again, is about forgiveness, healing. So nurture that. Get disciplined about taking care of yourself. That's going to be the trend. 5K almost. Thank you, Haitian Princess. Yep. We're going to get there because I got like 9 more minutes. And I'm going to wrap it up soon. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate all the likes. Thank you, Marilyn, for the likes, too. Welcome, everyone. If you're not following me, please follow me. We're wrapping it up. But we're talking about the weekly energies. You can play it back. My YouTube link to get to my YouTube. When I do these lives, I'll put it on my YouTube the next day. So check that out as well. All right. So we were talking about Saturday, August the 12th. I skipped August the 11th. I didn't shout out 2 very special Leos. One of my besties, Christelle, who's been doing my hair forever, and then she taught my daughter. Now my daughter does my hair, and she was one of my daughter's teachers. And Meek, whose reading I did, who I follow on here, she's lit. Go to her page, Meek from the group home. She's lit. Shout out to the Leos. Then we have August the 12th. We just talked about the moon trining Saturn. The moon will also trine Jupiter. I'm sorry, it'll sextile Jupiter. Sextile means that the element signs of water and earth are compatible and they work well together. And the other signs, air and fire, are compatible and work together. So we're talking about water and earth right now, with the moon being in Cancer, sextiling Jupiter. That's emotional depth, because Jupiter is the planet of abundance and expansion and luck. So you're expanding on giving yourself a nurturing environment with the moon sextiling Jupiter. Getting in tune with your emotions, getting in tune with your spirituality also is what Jupiter is. Then Sunday, we have a lot going on, and that's where we stop, because we'll be back next Sunday to talk about the following week. So Sunday, August the 13th, the moon will sextile Mercury. What do you need to take care of immediately? The moon in Cancer, again, is about your needs and nurturing yourself. And the best way to nurture yourself is to get to the details, Mercury in Virgo. So this is a sextile. This is a compatible energy, supportive. Virgo is going to give you the details on what you need to nurture about yourself. Mercury in Virgo will. The moon will sextile Mars in Virgo, because the moon moves quickly, okay? The moon be in Cancer for 2 days, and then it'll be the Leo new moon next week. We're talking about Sunday, August the 13th. So the moon will sextile Mars in Virgo, the moon in Cancer, earth and water, water and earth. This will mean, what do you need to take action on to nurture yourself really quickly, to take care of your emotions? What actions do you need to take in detail, with Mars being in Virgo? Then we have the moon in Cancer, sextile again. So there's a lot of supportive energy next Sunday, a lot of supportive energy, especially after a week of needing clarification on some things, right? And sudden changes. There's a lot of energy, supportive energy on Sunday. So the moon will sextile Uranus, which is the sudden changes happening. What do you need to take care of first? What do you need to nurture, so that when these sudden changes come in, and they're coming in heavy, especially with the new moon in Leo next week, that is on the 15th. We'll talk about it next Sunday. So this is shock energy. This is heart chakra energy too, because the moon in Cancer has to do with nurturing yourself. So loving yourself, caring for yourself. That's heart energy. Leo is also heart energy too, your bravery. So Cancer and Leo both represent the heart. But this is shocking to the heart. So nurture yourself and get prepared for that with Uranus and Taurus, and your work habits, and how you feel secure. Am I getting this AI lipstick on my teeth? All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's wrap it up talking about the Venus cazimi. Again, the cazimi is when Venus or any planet is close to the sun at 17 degrees, which is kind of like the middle of the season for that planet and for the sun. So it's also a death and rebirth, because the cazimi comes out when it's conjunct to the sun. Anything conjunct to the sun is going to get burnt out, right? Combust. So it rebirths itself. So this is a new Venus. So all the energies that we're feeling, fixed signs, Libras, the Libra is ruled by Venus too. So Libra is in there with the fixed signs. Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, and Libra are all feeling this Venus retrograde. And this is definitely helping us rebirth ourselves too. All of those who are being affected by the Venus retrograde. Even if you don't have those signs, you have those placements somewhere. Everybody has those placements. Everybody has the signs in the houses. So know that everybody's being affected by this Venus retrograde. Just some of us are being affected a little bit more than others. All right. So Venus Cazimi, the death and rebirth of the planet. What is it that you want is the theme. Venus is your desires, your pleasures. What do you want to look like? How do you want to feel? What kind of relationship do you want to be in? What do you want to your money to look like? All that is coming next Sunday in this Venus Cazimi, and it's going to all the reevaluating you're doing now is going to be anew. And speaking of new, that happens on the 13th, and then 2 days later we have the new moon in Leo. New moon, new you. Express yourself. Details, nurturing. Those are the themes of this week. Okay? Take it easy on yourself always. So, if there's not anything else, I want to shout out Haitian Princess, Marilyn. Who else was up in here? My son DJ, 333. Who else did we have? Buck from you, Sandra. Janice. I'm reading all y'all that's been up in here for the last hour with me. Boston Tea Party president, even though I had to block him. Sparkles. And Yvette was the first one in here who had the Libra sun and the Leo rising. So again, shout out to all the Leo suns and the Leo risings, because the risings are enjoying Leo season as well, too. Thank you, Marilyn, for the hearts. Thank y'all again for getting me up to almost 5,000 likes tonight. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for interacting, engaging. Again, I am TMZ. That means teaching everyone abundantly, empowering many. Zakia, that's my name. That's why they call me Z. Enlightening every day. And you can change that last E to enlightening, the last two E's. Enlightening and evolving, or enlightening and empowering, whatever you'd like that last E to be for you. That is what TMZ means. And Get a Life Astrology is my company, my business. I started it in 2020. Yep. When all of us was on lockdown and I had to sit home and go down the rabbit hole of astrology and truths. So yeah, I'm heavy into it, as you can see on my page if you are following, and check it out. So that'll be all. I'll see y'all on Wednesday when we talk about all these retrogrades. The retrogrades retrograding right now. Pluto in Capricorn, that has to do with all the cardinal signs. Didn't talk too much about the cardinal signs tonight except Libra, and Aries, because it's the Aries moon currently for a couple more hours. But Pluto's in Capricorn, so the cardinal signs are Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, and Aries. That's Pluto's retrograde, dealing with all those signs. You have Venus retrograde in Leo, all the fixed signs, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. You have Saturn and Neptune both in retrograde in Pisces. And retrograde, again, this means there's some lessons to be learned, and they're going to keep coming back around every time these planets go into retrograde every year. Mercury goes into retrograde every 3 to 4 months. There's things to be learning and things to pay attention to. And that's all astrology does, is make you aware. So life can be a little bit easier. You can be prepared, right? Did I name all the retrogrades? Mercury's in shadow. The retrograde starts on August 23rd. Shadow means it's preparing for it, and you should get prepared too. This is going to be a good one, though, because the details are important in anything, especially communication, especially information. The details are important. Always pay attention to those little details. All right, y'all have a great week. I'll see y'all Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the retrograde. Roll it back. And then Fridays on Venus Day, And then Wednesday is Mercury Day. That's why I do retrogrades. We're talking about Mercury retrograde coming up this Wednesday. And Friday I do special guests. Peace, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful week. Start of the week. Have a wonderful moon day. See ya.